Saving your first $100,000 in 2026 feels impossible, doesn't it? We're told the economy is a mess and that hitting six figures is a fantasy. But what if that's not the whole story? What if the real reason you're not reaching your goal has nothing to do with the news and everything to do with three invisible purchases you probably made this week? If you feel like you're sprinting on a financial treadmill and getting nowhere, you're not alone. That 100K milestone can feel like a myth. It's true that things are tough, with consumer prices jumping significantly in the last few years and household debt on the rise. The pressure is real. For many, money is the #1 source of stress. But blaming the economy is a trap. It makes you a victim, leaving you powerless. Today, we're flipping the script. We're not talking about the economy, we're talking about what you can control. While the headwinds are real, the biggest leaks in your financial boat are usually small, hidden, and happening every day. We are about to expose the three spending habits secretly wrecking your journey to 100K and give you a new game plan to finally take back control. Section 1. The first invisible drain, the just once tax. First up is the most dangerous hidden expense of all. I call it the just once tax. This isn't from the government, it's a tax you put on yourself with that little voice that justifies small, seemingly harmless purchases. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the $5 specialty coffee because it's Tuesday, the $15 lunch delivery because you're too busy to pack your own, the $20 ride share because it started to drizzle and you tell yourself just this once. Each decision feels logical on its own. It's convenient, it's affordable, but it's a trap. Your brain is literally wired to fall for this. When you make that small purchase, you get a hit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. This instant gratification is a fantastic temporary fix for stress, making it an incredibly easy habit to form. It's not about weak willpower, it's your brain's own reward system working against your long-term goals. Let's run the numbers. A $5 coffee 5 times a week is $1,300 a year. A $15 lunch 3 times a week is another $2,340 a year. Together, that's over $3,600 vaporized on things you barely remember. Now, what if you invested that money instead? With a historical stock market return of around 8 to 10%, that $3,600 a year could grow to over $50,000 in 10 years. That's halfway to your 100K goal just from rethinking 2 small habits. The just once tax is so effective at draining your account because it never feels like a big deal. But these tiny daily choices add up to a massive financial headwind, pushing that six-figure dream further and further away. The answer isn't to live like a monk, it's to become conscious of your spending. The first step is to track everything. For 1 week, write down every single purchase. No judgment, just data. At the end of the week, you'll have a crystal clear picture of where your money actually goes. You might be floored to discover your just once tax is costing you hundreds a month. Once you see the real numbers, you can make a real plan. Maybe you make coffee at home and treat yourself on Friday. Maybe you try meal prepping on Sunday instead of constantly ordering lunch. The goal is to turn an unconscious habit into a conscious choice. Make it a deliberate treat, not a daily default. The second silent killer of your savings is subscription creep, that slow, barely noticeable pile-up of monthly fees quietly bleeding your bank account dry. It starts innocently. A streaming service for that one show, a music app for your commute, a delivery service promising ultimate convenience. Before you know it, you're also paying for software, news sites, fitness apps, cloud storage, and that free trial you swore you'd cancel 3 months ago. Each one is just $9.99 or $14.99 a month. These charges feel like pocket change, and that's the genius of their business model. They are designed to be forgotten and feel like a rounding error in your budget. But this is a major expense. Studies show that the average person spends over $1,000 a year on subscriptions, often for services they hardly use. It's the classic set it and forget it trap, and you're the one paying the price. Your money walks out the door automatically, the exact opposite of spending with intention. To fight back, you need a full financial audit. Pull up your bank and credit card statements from the last 3 months. Go through them line by line and highlight every recurring charge. Make a list, the subscription, the cost, and how many times you've actually used it in the last month. The results will be your wake-up call. You will almost certainly find things you forgot you were paying for. Now, be ruthless. For every single subscription, ask yourself, if this wasn't on auto-renew, would I pull out my credit card and consciously pay for it again right now? If the answer is no, cancel it on the spot, not tomorrow, right now. For the ones you're on the fence about, cancel them anyway. If you genuinely miss it after a month, you can always sign back up. My bet is you won't even notice it's gone. This one exercise can easily free up $50, $100, or even more per month. That's up to $1,200 a year or more. Invest that, and it could be worth over $17,000 in a decade. You're not even cutting back on things you love. You're just stopping the money train for things you don't even use. By the way, if you're finding this helpful and the light bulbs are starting to go off, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. We put out videos like this every single week to help you get smarter with your money and build some real lasting wealth. The third and most complicated hurdle is the treat yourself trap. This goes beyond a simple impulse buy. This is the emotional spending we use to manage our feelings. Had a brutal day? You deserve that expensive dinner. Feeling bored? A little online shopping spree will fix that. This spending is powered by one seductive story. I deserve this. And you know what? You often do. You work hard. The problem is when treating yourself becomes your main way of dealing with stress, sadness, or boredom. That's when it flips from a healthy reward into a destructive financial habit. The treat yourself trap is sneaky because it's not about buying things, it's about buying feelings. You're not just buying a jacket, you're buying a quick hit of confidence. You're not ordering fancy takeout, you're buying comfort. Marketers are masters of this, engineering every ad to hit you right in the feels. The problem is, this cycle often ends in a financial hangover, that awful mix of guilt and regret that just adds to your stress. And more stress leads to the urge for another treat. It's a vicious loop that keeps your bank account near zero and your goals forever out of reach. So how do you break this cycle? The answer is not to stop treating yourself, it's to change how you do it. First, identify your triggers. What situations or emotions send you straight to the checkout page? Stress? Boredom? Instagram envy? Once you know what sets you off, you can make a plan. Second, build a menu of free or cheap rewards. If you know you get stressed after work, create a new default plan. Instead of browsing online stores, go for a run, take a bath, call a friend, or get lost in a great book. These can provide the same emotional lift without the financial hit. Third, and most importantly, build treats into your budget. A budget isn't a cage, it's permission to spend. Set aside a specific amount each month for guilt-free spending. That way, when you decide to treat yourself, it's a planned, conscious choice, not a reactive, emotional one. You can actually enjoy it, knowing it's part of your plan, not a failure of it. Saving $100,000 feels impossible because we're looking for one giant solution. But the problem isn't one giant monster, it's 1,000 tiny cuts. We blame the economy because it's an easy target that lets us off the hook. But the truth is, your financial future isn't decided by headlines, it's decided by your habits. The just once tax, subscription creep, and the treat yourself trap are the invisible currents that have pulled you from your goals. But now you can see them, you know their playbook, and you have the strategies to beat them. This isn't about earning more money, it's about taking the money you already have and telling it where to go with purpose. It's about shifting from being a passive consumer to the active architect of your life. The desire to get better with money is there. Now you have a roadmap. Start today. Track your spending for a week. Audit your subscriptions, create that new menu of rewards, and automate your savings so the money is working for you before you can spend it. Every single dollar you rescue from these hidden drains is a dollar you can invest in your future, a dollar that will compound and grow into that six-figure goal you thought was impossible. The power has been in your hands all along. It's time to use it. If you're ready to take the next step, I want you to watch this video right here on how to build a budget that doesn't suck. It's the perfect follow-up to what we talked about today and will give you the framework you need to make all of this stick. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.